sometimes living off grid is tricky. I barely made it. So it's about 25 miles of dirt road out to the highway. I'm about halfway out now, and the road gets better as you go. But the first half I just barely made it out, and I've got the trailer with the empty tank on it. I didn't realize the roads would be so soaked out here. In fact, I got stuck on my own driveway on the way out, which has never happened. So what do you do, you know? What do you do at that point? Do you try to turn around and go back? I think at this point, I know it's smooth sailing the rest of the way to the highway, so I may as well at least run to town like I was going to. I gotta ship some packages and pick some packages up. But since I barely made it, I probably shouldn't haul a tank of water back. And I might not be able to make it back at all because it's still raining. So do I just roll the dice, maybe try to play it safe by not getting water, but still roll the dice on the way back and just try to get back? And then in the worst case, I'm stuck on the road, almost home, and maybe someone drives by and pulls me out if I can't get myself out. Or maybe I have to wait until, 3, 4 in the morning when it's 28 degrees and hope that the roads are frozen enough that they're drivable. I could find a cool camp spot and call it a night, but if it's going to keep raining the next few days, then I need to get back as soon as possible, because I still need, really, the horses need fed 2 more times today. At least that needs to be done. And it just makes it kind of tricky. I did think I had enough that I'm wearing my mud boots, and this pair of coveralls was sent in almost 2 years ago, and I was always too fat for them to fit, but this morning I tried them on and they fit almost just right. I could, obviously I could lose a little more weight, but they fit just about perfect. So that shows progress in the weight loss, and maybe I'll be able to make it back home since I'm not so fat. What do you think, Helga? I brought you along so I could get some advice, a little wisdom, The other thing that sucks is I really didn't think the roads would be this messy, or I wouldn't have come out. And doing so, since I almost got stuck, I left a rut for like a quarter mile back there. So I messed the road up a little bit, which is something I don't do. And I actually, it's annoying when you see there a lot of new people, they just mess the roads up all the time and jack the road up for miles. So it's something I try my best not to do, which I really haven't done in a long time, but I did leave like a quarter mile of a rut back there. So that sucks too, because I don't want to make the road any worse for anyone else. At any rate, I think I'm about to the highway, so I'm going to hop on there, and I think I'll probably just not get water. That kind of sucks, and then I'll do my best to make it all the way home. Worst case, what if I get stuck only 3 miles out? I could at least go feed the horses until I can get myself unstuck. It might be kind of hard to tell, but I'm just spinning. The mud is just super slick. So even though I'm accelerating like I would normally be going 25, I'm only doing 5 because it's so slippery. Well, it's a mess out there today, but I drove to town and I got this guy. There's a pole, collapsible, has a flag. This is good for desensitizing the horses. You can just rub this all over them, and it would spook them at first, and then as time goes on they'll gentle to it and not be bothered by it so much. And this can help you with haltering and leading and throwing a saddle on a horse. So thank you for sending this in. And let's see, there's some other items. Guess we should do that, and then the door will close. So these came in. This is gauze sponges. So I have a pretty elaborate or extensive first aid kit, but what it was lacking, the main thing it was lacking, is gauze sponges. So if you have a big injury, you know, you got those little pads in the first aid kit, those aren't going to cut it. But you can pull some of these out, put them on to your injury, and take care of it that way. These are batteries for, well, these are specifically for the humidity sensors that I have around the homestead. And recently, so I had like 5 or 10 of them, and they all kind of died eventually. And so I put some on my wish list, and someone sent those in. And then eventually I pulled one apart and saw that they take these batteries. So this is enough batteries to put into all of them, including the new ones I got. So I'll be able to put those anywhere I want. And it may sound, well, I don't know, there's just a lot of places. The root cellar, the greenhouse, the geothermal greenhouse, maybe near the aquaponics system. Maybe you'd want one by the beehive. You're curious, you know, there's just so many places you could put it's a temperature humidity sensor, so you get a good idea of what's going on. So these came in, there was a note with these, and I've never seen this. I guess this is a last name, so I'm sorry. I'm gonna guess it's Brewcaster. I don't know. It looks like Bruce. Well, it looks like, well, yeah. It's like Bruce Esther, Brewcaster. But there's no C, or no H, I mean. Anyway, so here's some more of the humidity temperature sensors. And then these are apple nuggets for the horses. So there's 300 treats packed with vitamins and minerals. They're great tasting, guaranteed. So we'll ask the horses. They're from Mana Pro. Resealable. Oh, nice. They're smaller than I thought. They're like the tip of your pinky. They're just here. They're just these little pieces, which is good because they smell good. Then while I'm training, I can just have these in my pocket and just, you know, they seem to respond really well to just being pet. You know, hey, good boy, good girl. But a little treat would probably be nice. So thank you for sending those in. And then these are mint bars for the dogs. So they get a toy to chew on and it cleans their teeth. So they're mint chews. And I'll show you these real fast. So I don't go out to my post office that often. And so please, if you send something, don't get impatient with me. It takes time, you know. Maybe like, well, at the very most, I'll go out once a week, you know. But sometimes it's a couple weeks or so. So you see a big display, 55 degrees. No, 55% humidity, 41, almost 42 degrees. Yep, spot on. I don't know if you can see that, but there's another. So these are really handy. And I think, oh, then there's the scoop. I took a video of that. So there's a scoop that was sent in, and I saved the note just in case. Let's see. So this note is from Jenny. Hi, just found your YouTube channel. I am a master gardener and prepper. Man, I'm just winging it on both aspects. I will be buying land in Arizona and building a homestead soon. You are a wealth of knowledge. Thanks for the inspiration, fellow Ginger. With a hard R. Jenny from Ohio. Good girl. Go chew on it. Get your treat. Get your treat. Treat. You may have noticed that I made it home, and not only am I grateful that I made it home, slippery mud. These guys don't seem too upset about it either, because they know that means they're going to get some grub soon. That a pretty good treat? I sure fooled you into brushing your teeth. There you go. Is it good? Yes? Oh boy. Sage is gonna get it. Visit my website for a free copy of my ebook. If you want to send something in for the animals, there's a link below. And subscribe so you can learn more about my homestead.